Hello, everyone. We've just gone live today, and it's Elizabeth, and I'm back again for my question and answer time from last Sunday at our interim administration meeting. And I've had a few questions that was asked of me, and I'd like to go over it. The position that we were covering was jurors for the natural sovereign law courts, and so I would like to address some of the questions that was presented to me in that meeting. And anyways, we'll get started on that. I also have a little surprise later on today. So we have some guests joining us, all right? So anyways, I will get on with the questions. I would like to say that the jurors in natural sovereign law court, there are 12 of them, all right? What they asked was, who could be a juror? That was the very first question asked. And I answered that by being anybody. Anybody can be a juror as long as you are an honorable sovereign and you are 21 years of age and older. It didn't matter. You can go up until, we had it to 75, but if the sovereigns want to extend that to 80 or 85, it's up to them. It will be their choice in that region. All right. The next question was, well, who hires the jurors? Well, the jurors are hired by the sovereigns. And what you would do as a juror, you would apply for that position, all right? And you would bring your application into the court administrator's office, and they would go through your application and all of your qualifications, and then they would present you to the sovereigns through the sovereign committee. And the sovereigns then would come out, and they would probably have, I would think they would have probably, a line of them, probably 6 to 10 applications that you would vote on as jurors. All right. So it's you who actually hires them. That's how they get hired. What does a juror do? Well, a juror is a sovereign who sits on the grand jury of a natural sovereign law court, and they hear all of the evidence. They go over all the evidence, they see it and hear it, and they listen to the evidence being presented by the accuser and then the violator. They hear both sides, they present their evidence and their witnesses if they have any, and the jury then will take all of this into account. They listen. At the end of their presentations, the jurors can ask questions of the accuser and of the violator. So it can clarify the evidence that they have before them. They will have the evidence right with them through the whole court. Okay, through the whole case, that is, sorry. So once they have all the evidence and they hear all of the presentations of both the accuser and the violator, all right, then the adjudicator will say, if there's no more questions and no one wants to voice anything else within the case, then the jurors will adjourn. They will convene in a separate room, and they will go through all of the evidence and then come to a decision if the violator is guilty or not guilty, and also come up with a sentence of like a remedy for the injured party. So that's what a juror does. All right. Next question was, how long can you be a juror? Well, when you apply and for that position, it is a 3-year position, non-consecutively. You're not every day working as a juror. What you're doing is you are on call for 3 years. So when there's a case, you will be called, and then you can either say, yes, I'll be there. But of course, if you can't make it, then you will have to let the adjudicator and the court administrators know you won't be able to make that case so that they can find somebody else. But yes, you are hired for 3 years. All right. So the next question: can a juror be compromised? Yeah, anybody can be compromised. And what they mean by that is, if you are approached when you're at the courthouse, as you enter in the courthouse, or if you are leaving the courthouse and somebody comes at you as another sovereign and talks to you or addresses you in a way that you felt it was threatening to you, all you need to do is go see the adjudicator, report this, and it will go directly to the sheriff, and the sheriff will then go out and handle the sovereign in a way that's appropriate, because they shouldn't be hassling you at all as a juror. All right. But it's best to go to the adjudicator and let them know what is happening. And where do the jurors sit in a courtroom? Well, they sit right in front. Everyone faces actually the jurors, okay? The adjudicator and the jurors will be sitting facing the accuser and the violator, all right? The court officers will be behind that on either side, and the bailiff is always with the jurors, all right? So that's how it will be set up. And who chooses the jurors? Well, the jurors are chosen, okay? When you come in and apply for that position, you give your application to the court administrators, all right? And then once you are hired by the sovereigns, you will go on file as a juror, all right? So what happens is then when there's a case, the jurors will bring up all of those applications of jurors and give it to the adjudicator. The adjudicator chooses the jurors for the case. And he can do this in any way he wants, randomly, whatever he decides, that is one of his powers, I guess. He chooses the jurors, all right? So he has to be, honorable about that too, and upfront about that too. But it's up to him. He can decide whatever he decides, all right? What age do you have to be a juror? Well, I said 21 was a good age because I think anything younger than that, you don't have the life experience that you need to actually sit on a juror and make that decision. I think you need that experience, that life experience for sure. And of course, we said 75, but as I was talking to some of the sovereigns in the room last Sunday, they said, well, why couldn't we extend that? And really, it is up to the nation. It's up to the region. They can decide what ages that would be. All right. Okay. And another question I had is, who do the jurors talk to while they are convening a case, like when they're at the courthouse? The only person you talk to is the bailiff. If you need anything, if you require anything, or if you want to ask a question, you are talking to the bailiff of the courthouse. He is there to help all the jurors, all right? So if you are in a case where you have to stay overnight or stay for a few nights because the case is taking longer, we will have accommodations for you in the courthouse. It will be in the courthouse. You'd never leave the courthouse, all right? We do not want you compromised outside. And the bailiff will be there as your errand boy, I guess, and get you your meals and whatever you need. Okay, that is who you talk to, always to the bailiff. The only time you're talking to the adjudicator is when you first arrive at the courthouse and you're getting set up. And if you have been approached by anyone as you were approaching the courthouse, or if someone's approaching you after you leave the courthouse, okay, that is the only time you would go to the adjudicator. All right. And the next question is, what is the role of the juror? Well, I think I explained that pretty clearly, that your role is to sit there, listen to the evidence, examine the evidence, listen to the arguments of both sides, and then decide on if the violator is guilty or not guilty. And then you would also sentence and bring remedy to the injured party. So that is what your role is, all right? And do the jurors get paid? Yes, they get paid. And you actually get paid that day. And the way it is in our Constitution, the jurors will get paid by quality. You have a choice. You can get some quality goods from the community, your choice of whatever you want, or you can get some quality service, top-notch service from wherever you want. And also, if you have incurred any expenses to come to this case, all right, and that will also be covered for you before you leave. All right, that is how that's how you will be paid. All right, and you get paid after each case. All right, so you don't leave until you are done. And the court administrators are the one who actually arrange all of this. All right. Oh, the next question. What happens when a case is longer than you expected? Well, I explained that most jurors will end up just spending the night in the courthouse. There will be accommodations for you in the courthouse. We will build little places behind it in that convening room where you will be. You will have an office, and then you will also have beds and everything else back there, so that if this case goes longer, so that you will be in the courthouse, you never leave, all right? Just for your own safety, okay? We don't want anything compromised. So how do you decide? Well, you decide on the evidence. Everything presented to you is how you make your decision on guilty or not guilty. And the jurors, it has to be unanimous. All right? All 12 jurors have to have a not guilty, or all 12 jurors have to have a guilty. And then they will all decide on a sentence. All right? So that is how it works. And they wanted to know what is meant by remedy. Remedy is payment to the injured party. All right? We are asking the violator to make payment, try to help and what he has done wrong to the injured party. That's basically what it is. Is trying to make right what he has done wrong. That's what remedy is all about. All right. And who decides on the remedy? Well, the remedy is decided by the jury. All right. The remedy is decided by the jury. And the sheriff is the one who carries out that remedy and makes sure that it's paid. Or in some cases, they might have to work for the injured party or do some, just depending on what the situation is. Okay. But the sheriff is the one that makes sure the remedy is paid to the injured party. All right. And what happens there is when they come out from convening and they've decided that the violator is guilty and they have charged him with a remedy, say, of $1,000 to the injured party, the adjudicator will announce, basically call the court officers to escort the violator over to the sheriff's office to make sure that the remedy is paid immediately. All right. And if he says he can't pay the remedy, then what happens is that will be decided in court right then and there of arrangements. And then if it's okay with the injured party that, yes, he can make payments to me, then that is the remedy. And then what happens is the sheriff makes sure that that remedy is paid out in full. All right. So that's how it works. I already told you how the jurors are selected. And then they also asked a question is, can the jurors ask questions? Of course they can. That's how they find out they have to clarify what the evidence is. And if they have any, if they find any discrepancies or they're not sure about something, this is the opportunity for those jurors to ask. Now, this is a question and answer time. This is not a debate. There is no arguing. And the jurors ask a question and the accuser or the violator will answer the question. All right. If there is a disruption or if the violator gets upset or whatever because of the answer of the accuser and doesn't agree with it and starts to voice, the adjudicator will step in because he is in control of the courts. All right. So that's how that would work. But it is just a question and answer time. All right. That's all that happens in the courthouse. All right. And another question was asked, can I refuse to jury a case? Yes, you can. You have that choice. You applied for it, yes, but if you can't make that case, that's no problem. The court administrators will let the adjudicator know, and he will just choose another juror. All right, it's that simple. This is a free choice. You have free will. You can decide what you want. All right. Also was asked if there was an emergency and I had to attend to it, how am I to handle this? All right. So if there's an emergency, say if you're on a case and you have to spend a couple days in the courthouse and the family emergency arises, they will get in touch of the adjudicator, your family would. All right. And then the adjudicator would come to the bailiff and the bailiff would say, okay, I will get the message to this juror. And he will go into the convening room where you are staying and where you are living for the time being, okay, because you'll be spending nights there then if you're there that long. And he will call you out, tell you what's happening, and give you the message and everything else. And then if there's something that you have to do and you have to leave the courthouse with, you don't leave it alone, and you have to leave it with the bailiff, and you cannot take your phone or anything with you. The bailiff is your communicator in that emergency. The court officers and also some of the sheriff might then assign a few peace officers to join you if you have to leave the courthouse, because we do not want you compromised in this case. Okay, so there is protection for all of you, and yes, you can attend to emergencies, but they better be big emergencies if you have to leave. You can handle the emergency through the bailiff, then that's what we would ask of you. All right, that's basically how that would work. All right. And it was asked here, what does the bailiff do? Well, I think I just answered that for you. They're basically the errand boy to all the jurors, all right? And they're your protector also, okay? They are there for everything you need. And if, like I said, if you have to leave, they are there to accompany you and make sure that you are safe and not compromised. It was also asked if I could bring in my cell phone, and obviously I just said no, there will be no cell phones, no laptops, no electronic devices anywhere within the convening room where you will be convening with the other jurors. And also if you're spending the night, there will be no access to that at all. We cannot have our jurors compromised by outside influences through the media and through television and all that. So no, sorry, it's going to be pretty boring few days for you in there, but you're there to help with the case and keep each other company. Now, all of your meals and everything will be brought in by the court bailiff, okay, and the peace officers. Now, the sheriff might assign some more peace officers to help you because you may need that help because you can't leave, all right? That's why a lot of times the court officers who are in there with the case, you will get them to help you, all right? Help the bailiff out so that they can do, like, go to the store or whatever if you need things like that. All right. So, all right. And I think that's really all the questions I have today. All right. So if there was any other questions for anybody else, I'm going to look. All right. Anyway, so we're going to carry on. I have a guest coming in, and her name is Beatrice. And here she is. Hello, Beatrice. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to let you introduce yourself, all right? And tell me something about yourself, and then we'll get into the questions I'd like to ask you, okay?
Yes. So my name is Beatrice Mitrașcu, and I'm living in Ontario. I am working to bring the power to the people through the Constitutional Convention. Right now, we have a new site, constitutionalconvention.ca. And the people that are living in Ontario, they can join the Zoom room through the main page. It's the main Zoom room that right now it's open 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. for everyone, coast to coast. We can also remain later in the night if the discussion is important, if we have sovereign that are asking questions. All the questions are also collected, and we want also to answer public to them. Ontario already started the signature. We have.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And the Gmail to collect the signature, it's Unify the People.
Okay, you're going way ahead of me.
.com, yes. And so this is important for us this time because we need also a small percentage of the population with the right to vote to affirm our constitutional convention. And it's about only the parts. So right now we have
exactly
the part.
So you basically covered everything.
Sorry.
Okay, you basically covered almost everything. Yeah, you basically covered everything I was going to ask you. But I will ask you anyway. So you said that you have the signatures going, and that the Constitution is being affirmed at this moment, right, in Ontario?
Yes. Yes. So,
yes. Okay. So you also said that you were. I wanted to ask you about what is coming up at the end of this month.
Yes, so we prepare right now a summit, And the summit is born because there are so many questions. And we'll start with the presentation first. So practically the summit will be every 2 weeks, starting February 27, 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. sorry, Mountain Time. The people can join us through the main Zoom room, or it's better to join ourselves through the YouTube channel, Constitutional Convention, that has the link directly from the website, constitutionalconvention.ca video. And when the people scroll down, they can see also direct link to the channel. And also, so the summit will be every 2 weeks. We'll start with, for example, will be probably in some parts. For example, for the February 27, we'll have 5 parts. Every part will start with a video. After that will be a presentation, question, answer online. And after the video, after the summit, we'll answer directly on the YouTube. And for some people, depend on the answer, we'll invite them to join our Zoom room to discuss more.
Okay, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
You said it was every 2 weeks?
Yes, so this just started on February 27, 2021.
Okay, and then every 2 weeks. Okay. All right, okay. And are you going to have it posted so everyone knows where to go?
Yes, so probably a mass email will be sent to the people, and everyone that can hear right now this video, please share the information and join us on the YouTube channel through the constitutionalconvention.ca at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, started with February 27, every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Beatrice. I also wanted to ask you, have you been into the interim admin meetings?
If I am on the interim administration, sorry.
Have you been in the interim admin meetings?
Yes, sometimes, but because I'm also the host, I have to keep also the Zoom room, and also to be inside of the iPhone on the breakout room to be to listen you. So sometimes I'm losing the content. Sorry.
I understand that. I wanted your opinion on them.
Yes, so it's
what do you think?
Yes, so it's a training. It's a very serious training because we need not only the affirmation, we need also the people that they want to work for the people to have the correct training for the position. We cannot declare our independence if we cannot have the people prepared, because even that, for example, I will gather all the signature, we cannot open a new system without the people prepared already. So please join our through the main page of the Constitutional Convention. So please join our Zoom room. It's 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday. Yes. And for sure, I will invite you on the breakout room. So Elizabeth is the trainer, and you'll start to receive the appropriate training. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Beatrice. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to move on, and I'm going to invite Barb, and she is from New Brunswick. All right, and Beatrice, I'll just ask you to mute yourself, and you can stay. We're going to stay in the room together, though. Hello, Barb. I'd like you to introduce yourself to everybody. All right.
Hi. So yes, I'm Barb, and I live in St. John, New Brunswick, way down here on the eastern coast. Beautiful place. I'm also the administrator for New Brunswick. We did have a beautiful, this is also, I'm going to say in honor of my beautiful friend, Janet A. Wong, who just passed in January, but she's the one who started the fire within me. And so I've grabbed the torch, and I'm, running this race. And it's not just for myself, it's for my grandson and for his generation, for freedom. And Yeah, it's been a journey. So I started in about May of last year with getting myself.
Okay, thank you, Barb.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. So I started. Yeah,
You're
educating.
muted, Barb.
Oh, how did I? I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how that happened.
No, you like as soon as you lean back, I can't hear you.
I better get right up here. Can you hear me now? No?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, I can.
So I started this journey back in May of last year, starting to educate myself and to think that maybe possibly imagine that, as you've said, that we could imagine the future, because I really never knew that I was being, led by a de facto government.
Yeah, I understand that one. That's quite a shock, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To learn that we don't have a country, quite a shock.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now, where are you at? Where's New Brunswick at right now?
So, it's taken a while for New Brunswick. I believe New Brunswickers, as a whole, I see them, I know them. We have about 760,000 in our population. And a lot of them, we have the highest elderly per population, per capita in the country. So a lot of them are, retired and zoned out, so to speak. And the rest of them are, a lot of the rest of them are either on the system or have a government job, or they are being paid to just sit at home with this CERB type thing, and they like where they're at. And it's taken this last how long did I say, since May, just really trying to shake them literally into out of their complacency. And it's not an easy thing to do when they think the government has done a great job and at protecting them. And they love Blaine Higgs. He's our he's our minister. What do you call him? He's a bird.
Yeah.
He's a bird.
Yeah, he is.
So we did the whole thing, against the vaccines. Then we worked against, the masking, and we protested out in front of his house, and some got arrested, some of my friends, and, and then, it's true. It's a distraction. But, people feel like they have to do something, right? And so,
well, yes.
And yet I believe that it has made some people aware. But we are going to, where we're at right now is we are on Article 34, which is the final process in our Constitution. And it's the hard one. We're really going to go over that tonight, the final one, the immigration, to do with international students, foreign marriages, and all of that. But people are engaging now. I'm finding that we have anywhere from 9 to 12 people now in those calls and, engaging in the Constitution. And
nice.
And so there's been 4 to 5 of us that are, in it to win it, and we know it's going to take a lot more than that, but I see it coming. It's a start. Waves. It's a start. It's a start, and we are starting to. We just put together. I have a fabulous young fellow that's working with me. Thank God he took me under his wing, because I'm not good when it comes to the computer, but I'm learning. You can teach an old dog a new trick, you can, and so he. He's putting together our affidavits, and we're getting ready to sign, and we hope that we'll start as early as tomorrow or Friday. We'll start signing. for New Brunswick.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yay! Well, that's good. I'm so happy to, you know, Janet's looking down and just saying, oh, wonderful, wonderful that it didn't just, you know, get put in the wayside. You know, I know she was so worried about that. But yeah, I'm so happy for this. So you've been to the interim meetings, right?
Yes.
You've been coming?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What can I get your opinion and what you have learned from them?
Sure. And it's not that this is making me cry, but I've just got an itch.
Oh, that's all right, sweetie.
It's
okay.
No. I've been learning. I've been learning a lot of things. I have been encouraging a lot of people to go in there because it does open our understanding as to the positions that you've been describing, the jurors, and you know how the court and adjudicators, and how you know we're the sheriffs and our peace officers moving forward. I keep telling people, get into those meetings to learn.
Yeah,
they're great.
I agree with you. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad it's a positive. I've been getting such positive feedback too. Everybody loves them. So I just wanted to really thank you for supporting it and coming in and joining in with us. And please continue. And I'm very happy about your affirmation and signatures. Yahoo! I'm excited about it. And if you need any help, you know where I am, right? I'm always here. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you. Oh, you're welcome. And thank that young man who helped you. You know, that's awesome. That's great that you have someone young that come in and help you do that. That's wonderful. Is he joining the team?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Barb. Everybody, this is Barb, one of our great patriots and one of our honorable sovereigns I love. Our next guest is Darlene. I'm going to bring her in. Hello, Darlene. This is Darlene, everybody, and I would like you to introduce yourself, Darlene, and tell us something about you, and we'll continue on.
All right. Well, my name is Darlene Rose, and I'm out here in British Columbia, and I am with constitutionalconventions.ca, and I just want to say to Barbara, thank you so much for stepping in for Janet. I had the pleasure of meeting her, and she was a wonderful soul, and we miss her dearly. And thank you so much for stepping up for her. And, you know, we will carry on, and we will do this, and we will honor Janet for sure. And, well, my role here in this is education and setting things up and carrying things forward. You know, I started this out 4 years ago with my husband, Dallas, and our journey started out as the Traveling Truth Tour. And we traveled from one end of the country, well, our nation, I should say. We don't have a country, but we traveled from coast to coast and educated a lot of people. And this is where we are today as a result of that. We are unifying people everywhere, bringing people together on a solution. And that solution is that we all have the lawful right to create a constitution. The guise that we've been under throughout our whole history has got to be replaced. It's got to be removed. We have to move forward for our grandchildren, children, their children, and so on and so forth for many generations to come. That's why I'm so proud of our constitutions that we've written and helped write for each nation across from coast to coast, because they ensure that they can never be taken away. They have our unalienable rights and natural law locked into place, and they can never be removed. They can never be forcefully taken from us. So it's a protection mechanism to ensure that, like I say, our future generations will always have a great life to look forward to, free of debt, free of slavery, happiness, protection, land, property, liberty. We want it all, and we deserve it all.
Yeah, we deserve it all.
Yes, we do.
Now, you're all about, you're all about educating the sovereigns, right? And moving forward with that. So, in your opinion, how do you see this happening?
Oh, well, it's one
Oh,
day
you're
and
muted.
no, no, I'm not. My mic is
Oh,
open.
oh, couldn't hear you there. Must have been okay, go
Well,
ahead.
it's one day and one step at a time, and just continue to educate those that are willing to learn. There are a lot of hurdles, and we have to overcome those hurdles, and we cannot get sidetracked or have our toes stepped on by naysayers, by people who don't want to learn, or people who want to stick to the past and the socialist programs, like, for example, that Barbara was mentioning. People are comfortable taking handouts from the government. So how we want to move forward is by teaching people that you'll have a much better structured and prosperous life when you get off the couch, get off the government handouts, and realize that you can do a much better job yourself. So that's where we are moving forward.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is for sure. That's actually very well, very well. So,
Yeah.
are you planning to attend the summit?
I will if I can. As a lot of people know, that I'm off grid a lot, and we don't have internet services out there. So if I am within the internet area, I will definitely be there.
Awesome, awesome. And what do you think about the new website?
I love it. I helped create it. I did a lot of editing on there. And it's so clean and so fresh and so uncluttered. Everything is there. We have our history on our nation and how we've been duped. We have all the explanations for natural law, why common law is not for us, why admiralty law will not work for us, how it enslaves us and traps us into a fraudulent system. We have all these information connections on that site. So it's an easy site to maneuver. It's all based on fact, and you can put your input in there. You can leave comments. If there's something that you're not sure of and you need a one-on-one, we have an info at Constitutional Conventions email there. So you can contact us and we will answer your questions as best we can. So I love the new site. It's fresh, it's clean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, actually, I love it too. I love the search engines.
Yes.
Boy, that's a lifesaver.
Oh, you bet it is. What's nice about that is when you say to people, do your research. If you don't believe us, don't take our word for it. Do your own research. Well, it's all right there. You don't have to go through Google. You don't have to go, oh my God, what do I look up? Where do I find this?
Yeah.
It's all there for you. And if it's not,
Yeah.
we'll certainly help you find it. We're just an email or a phone call away.
Yeah, exactly. So have you been to an interim administration meeting?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't. Like I say, I've been working in the background on the website, and also not being within internet service all the time. I'm living off grid now, so it makes it tough for me to commit myself to something like that. So unfortunately, no, I haven't. But I hear nothing but good things about the interim meetings and the administration and how it's working itself out and how people are getting involved, and I love it. I do. I'm not there, but I love I do love the feedback. I really do, because we hear it all.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Have you anything else new to share with us at all, or is that it for the whole thing for right now?
Well, we are working on some more documents. They're not quite ready to be put up on the website yet, but they are good. And we usually let people know when they're there. So we've got some up and coming documents that will be put onto the website soon. And it's not officially launched yet, even though you can access the constitutionalconventions.ca. It hasn't been secured yet, but it is safe to go there. So you're not going to be
Yes,
compromised by
yeah.
going to the site. The only thing not on there is the S, and the reason why it's not in there in your URL is because when you're making changes in a website and you're adding and taking away from it, if we put the S in there, it's going to take 48 hours or more to get those changes in there. So
Yeah, and it delays everything.
It
Yeah.
certainly does. So right now we're still working and putting things into the site. So don't be afraid of that, not secure, because it is secure. You can't be compromised by going there. And yeah, so, but it's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
And
I love it too. It's
we're
really
also
good.
open to suggestions. So if anybody has any ideas or suggestions that they would like to see on the website, please email us. You know, we're more than willing to listen to everybody and take into consideration what we might not know that makes people happy. So we want to make everybody happy. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, ladies, Beatrice or Bart, do you have any questions for Darlene right now? No? Beatrice? No? Okay. Darlene, do you have any questions for Beatrice or Barb?
How are those new videos coming, Beatrice?
Yeah, so Darlene, yes, we started to prepare because some video, because many people have a visual learning style.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, so the information will start to be seen also on the video. It will be not to use, we do not use the PowerPoint, but the video will be enough slow that everyone can read. And so the information, will start to come also in this way. And the people can also pass through the Constitutional Convention on the video, or on the tab video, scroll down, then they will have the link directly on the site, and by there they can choose the video.
That's right. It's going to be awesome. And Beatrice does a wonderful job with her videos. I've seen some of them and they're very good. Very good.
Thank you so much for the content also, because the content is extremely important and you work for it.
You bet. You know, that's what we do. We all take our information and put it together. And that's what we do. We unify.
I've seen great job. For someone that just started in it, Beatrice, that's amazing.
Yeah. And, you know, with Elizabeth's writing ability, you know, like that poem she did, imagine that is an amazing poem. And, you know, that's people coming together. Elizabeth wrote it.
We unify. I hate to say that, but we do.
Another created the
Barb,
video.
I'm going to...
Yes, so practically our summit, it's a team effort. And the name of the summit, it's Sovereign Forever. Imagine that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's going to be, I hope I can be there.
Yes, will be part video, part presentation.
And that's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, so
that's right. So Barb, you should try and attend the summit.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, but thank you all very much. So, but Barb, I was just going to say you should attend the summit. It's on Saturday, the 27th. It's awesome. I'll be sending out a mass email.
Yes, no, I would love to hear everything.
Yeah.
From coast to coast, we're all together in this.
Oh, I think we all kind of. Oh, did she freeze up a bit? Okay. Anyways, all of you, thank you all for coming in and sharing with me and everything else. It's been a great day for me too, and probably an afternoon for you guys, right? Anyways, I'd like you all to say goodbye. And we will,
Okay, well, thank you for having me, Elizabeth. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Barb.
exactly. You're right. We are, Barb. One way to put it. Yes.
Yes.
Anyways, thank you all for coming, Beatrice, Darlene, and Barb. And you can say your goodbyes, and we'll end the show. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
you
you so
coming
much,
up.
everyone. Have a
Thank
great
you,
day.
everybody. Hope to see you all soon.
Didn't hear you. Bye-bye. Bye. Oops, sorry.